Hello and buongiorno from Torino, Italy. Just had a thought that I wanted to share with you all about space, about creating space, about holding space that just occurred to me as I was taking a little walk. And I was reading this morning in this book called The Nurture Revolution by Greer Kirschner, I believe it is the author's name. And it's a parenting book because my wife and I are expecting our first child in January. But it's an amazing book, and it's highly recommended even if you don't have a child, because it talks a lot about nurturing yourself and about increasing your own capacity to be in touch with your emotional self and to nurture yourself and to create space in yourself. As she's closing the book, she talks about this idea of mindfulness practices and taking care of ourselves, self-care practices, exercise, all these things that we do to take care of ourselves creates more space in ourselves. And in the context of parenting, that's an asset, because the more space we have, the more we can separate our stimulus from response and essentially give ourselves more choices, more power to choose how we want to respond when we're given a certain stimulus. So in this case, it was, when your child's crying and throwing a fit, rather than immediately reacting with anger, if you have more space and spaciousness in yourself that you can cultivate through various practices, it gives you more time and more choice and more power to select what outcome you want to pursue. So I really liked that concept. And anyway, as I was walking through this beautiful piazza here, it's called Piazza Castello, here in central Torino, not far from my house. It's a very spacious place. It's a big, wide open space. And according to our modern ideas of how to build cities, a lot of times we want to just cram something into every space and fill it up. And we do this in our lives as well. But it got me to thinking about how the city planners chose and opted to create spaciousness here and to hold space for opportunity. And in this particular piazza, I've seen political demonstrations, I've seen concerts, I've seen street performers, I've seen back here they're setting up for the ATV finals. They've got a space, another space within the space that's being held to create an opportunity for people to gather, for people to celebrate tennis, for people to speak their minds and be known. Anyway, but it feels like a really interesting physical metaphor for these interior spaces in ourselves, and how we can be intentional, as these city planners were, about cultivating space and protecting space, holding space, so that we might have more choice in how we show up in the world. Anyway, I hope that metaphor lands with you, and that you can maybe spend some time this week thinking about what you're doing to cultivate the spaces, the piazzas in yourself and in your life that give you greater opportunity to show up in the world more empowered and with greater choice. So, ciao for now.